Good morning, children. In the previous class, we discussed about Bhakti cult in South India, Bhakti heritage in South India. Many of the important personalities in South India are followed Bhakti heritage. So, there are some other examples. Remaining personalities like Kanakadasa and Shishnala Sharifa. So, we discussed about Andal Akkamahadevi and Purandaradasa already. So, remaining Kanakadasa and Shishnala Sharifa. Who is Kanakadasa? How he inspired us in Bhakti heritage. How he inspired us. So, Kanakadasa is one of the famous Kirtanakara. He is also one of the contemporary person in Dasa Sahitya or Dasa literature period. So, how Purandaradasa was stayed in Krishnadevaraya's court and he became a Purandaradasa instead of Srinivasa Nayaka by his Guru Vyasaraya. Similarly, Kanakadasa also one of the Dasa literature personality in that period. Kanakadasa was a famous Kirtanakara of Dasa literature. He was born about 1508. About whom we are going to learn? Kanakadasa. Kanakadasa, he is one of the famous Kirtanakara. Kirtanakara in Dasa literature. Dasa literature period. And then he was born in 1508. In the beginning of 16th century. He was born in 1508 CE at Bada village of Bankapura Taluk in Haveri district. Where he was born, children? Bada village, Bankapura Taluk, Haveri district in Karnataka state. He was born in Bada village of Bankapura Taluk in Haveri district. His parents were Birappa and Bachappa. Birappa and Bachamma. Birappa and Bachamma were his parents. Who are the parents of Kanakadasa? Birappa and Bachamma. Birappa and Bachamma were the parents of Kanakadasa. And he was a warrior and also a poet. He was a poet in his early days, and then he practiced writing of kirtanas, and he headed a group of over 78 villages. So it is said that he found a pot full of God and he renounced worldly things and became a disciple of Vyasaraya. So, originally he was a son of Birappa and Bachamma in Bada village, but they were belongs to a rich family, and also they were headed over the 78 villages. It means they having a leadership of 78 villages. 78 ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳ ನಾಯಕತ್ವವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಂತವರು ಕನಕದಾಸರು. His original name was Timmappa. ಸೊ ತಿಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಅವರು 78 ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳ ನಾಯಕರಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತನಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕವಿ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. He used to write kirtanas in Dasa literature, and in his family they had pot full of gold. ಸೊ ಅವರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಡಿಕೆಯ ತುಂಬ ಚಿನ್ನಾಭರಣಗಳು ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ವೆಲ್ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಕನಕ ನಾಯಕ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕನಕ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್. They have pot full of gold in their house, so that people used to call them Kanaka Nayaka. So how we get Kanaka Nayaka instead of Timmappa for him? That is, he had a pot full of gold in his home. That's why the people used to call him as Kanaka Nayaka. And also, gradually he will become a disciple of Vyasaraya of Vijayanagara court. ಸೊ ಮುಂದೆ ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ವಿಜಯನಗರದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಾಸರಾಯರ ಶಿಷ್ಯರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೇಟರ್ he came to be known as ಕನಕದಾಸ. After the disciple of Vyasaraya, Vyasaraya identified his literature and his interesting character in literature. So he used to call him, instead of Kanakadasa, he called him Kanakadasa. Instead of Kanakanayaka, he called him Kanakadasa. And he has composed many kirtanas with the pen name of Adikeshava. He used to write his kirtanas with the pen name of Adikeshava. Adikeshava was the pen name of Kanakadasa. What is the pen name of Kanakadasa children? That is Adikeshava. It means he used the name Adikeshava in his kirtanas. And Adikeshava was his personal god. We all know that how Akka Mahadevi used Channamallikarjuna in her vachanas, same as well as Purandara Dasa used Purandara Vittala as a pen name of his kirtanas. Similarly, Kanakanayaka or Kanakadasa used Adikeshava as a pen name in his songs or kirtanas. He has criticized superstitious society in his songs. So through his kirtanas only he used to oppose the superstitious practices or the casteism, and also whatever the bad cultures they practiced in that society, he has opposed all these things through his songs. ಅವರ ಹಾಡುಗಳ ಅಥವಾ ಗೀತೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕನೇ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಪ್ರೀಚ್ ದ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾತ್ ಟು ಅಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಇನ್ ದೆಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹಿ ಪ್ರೀಚ್ಡ್, ಅವರು ಪ್ರಚಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? a simple path to get mukti, to attain mukti in the people's life. ಸೊ ಜನರ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರು ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ದಾರಿಯ ಮೂಲಕ. ಒಂದು ಸಾಧಾರಣ ದಾರಿ, ಯಾವ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಇವರು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೀಚಿಂಗ್ ದ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ. Bhakti is the way to attain mukti. That is the simple path. How should we get moksha in our life? And he also criticized caste system in his songs. Everything he criticized, and whatever the awareness he want to preach the people, he used to that in his songs itself. Next we will move on to the Shishnala Sharifa. Shishnala Sharifa also one of the important Bhakti cult personality. He was the first Kannada Muslim mystic. Shishnala Sharifa. Shishnala Sharifa is the first Kannada Muslim mystic poet. He was a Kannada Muslim poet, and he is known as Kabir of Karnataka. So 16th ಸೆಂಚುರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಕವಿ. ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದಂಥವರು ಶಿಶುನಾಳ ಶರೀಫರು. ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡ poems or Kannada songs. So he called as Kabir of Karnataka. So how Kabir Das is in North India, similarly he used to call Kabir of Karnataka because he was stayed in South India in that time. So he is similar to Kabir Das. He is also one of the he was also stayed in the time of Dasa literature time, or in the period of Dasa literature, so that Shishnala Sharifa was called as Kabir of Karnataka. He was born in 1819 in the 19th century at Shishunala ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ 1819 ಜನಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. His parents were Islam Sahib and mother Hajjamma. He studied both Hindu and Islamic religion in his childhood. He was born in a Muslim family, and also he studied both Hindu and Islamic religion. He learned both the religion things, or both the religions in his studies time. ಸೊ ಇವರು ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸದ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಇಸ್ಲಾಂ ಧರ್ಮ ಎರಡೂ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ Islamic religion in his childhood. Later he passed his Mulki exam and served as teacher for some time. So after finishing the studies, he started his career as a teacher, and then he took Diksha from Govinda Bhatta and wrote many Tattvapadas. So sometime he worked as a teacher, but later he got Diksha, or he took Diksha from Govinda Bhatta. After some time he took Diksha from Govinda Bhatta, and he started writing the Tattvapadas in his language, and then in his poems one can find Revayat, or we call it Muharram words. Among those songs, Kalagapada, Dharmika Niti Pada, Alavi Pada and Sawal Jawab Pada are very famous. These are the very famous informations which he used to write in his poems. ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪದ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ತತ್ವ ಪದಾಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ we can see his grave in Shishunala. He tried to spread humanity beyond the barriers of caste and religion. So he wants to spread humanity beyond Islam and Hindu religion people. ಸೊ ಹಿಂದೂ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮರ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವೀಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವರು ಶಿಶುನಾಳ ಶರೀಫರು. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಇನ್ ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಹೌ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೇಸ್ ಟು ಅಟೈನ್ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಇನ್ ದರ್ ಲೈಫ್ಸ್. ದೀಸ್ Bhakti heritage personalities preached the simple way to attain moksha in the society, or moksha in our life. So they were the example ones to us. How should we dedicate in our life to achieve something in our life? So each and everyone should devote someone, and also they dedicated their lives to those gods, and they preached something new to us, and also they condemned the casteism or whatever the superstitious practices were there in that period, they have to condemn, and they expected to remove those kinds of practices from the society, and they wanted to follow some simple ways or follow some religious way in the society. They have to preach these kinds of information in the society, children. Next we will move on to the Bhakti heritage of North India. We will do it in the next class, children. Thank you.